Toppy. Oh, now that's just wrong. They don't want to be able to relate to you. Don't bullshit like that. Even I'll begin to hate you.
I don't care.
If you want to be an anti-hero and be successful, then you got to face off against someone even more evil and hated than you. Beautiful!
So, I like Parody a lot, and I put up with a lot when it comes to Parody. Just because most of the time I find it funny, even if people don't. I don't even mind the whole referencing thing sometimes. Though there's a lot of cheap modern parody that's just horrible. But I was attracted to this because they were hitting so many targets. I actually thought, oh, that's kind of cool. It's like, was everything Miramax ever did? You know, it's not a parody of just the movie. They wanted to do too much. That's really what it was. You got Memento and Swingers and Pulp Fiction and Shop Girl and Mulholland Drive. I mean, it's Big Fat Greek Wedding. And, I mean, it is crazy how much they did for a parody, and they did try to put a lot of people into it. The clip, I'd never show clips. I figured, I don't think anybody knows this movie. They probably appreciate it. If anything, my big fat independent movie. Anchor Bay released it. Not too shabby. Right after that, you may have seen in that fold out little pamphlet I just put it. Right after Hitler, they say, no, he's somebody worse, and they shoot Pauly Shore, who was nice enough to actually be in the movie, be himself, and then be shot. So the whole point of this episode is two versions of Jules Winnfield's character, Samuel Jackson's character in Pulp Fiction. This one done. Yeah, I actually looked up. Is it Neil? I think it's Neil Barton. I looked him up. It's funny. I can't remember. I think it's Neil Barton though. Yeah. I looked at Neil Barton. He's barely in anything. In fact, dang it, I really had. Yeah, I can't do it because that's right. It's on the phone. When you look at his IMDb, please do. Neil Barton, very funny. Is like burly bouncer, tough guy, bouncer, tough guy. This is like just over and over again. So I'm sure he must have been so happy to get this role in the middle of all of that, whatever, cliche roles, the bit parts that he was getting. You're gonna play Samuel Jackson. Oh, Jesus. But, so as you can see, I think he's a little too sweet. I don't know, it's hard to say, he obviously don't look like Samuel Jackson at all. It's pretty different, but I can see him trying to get into his dialogue of fiction, though, intellectualizing the conversation. So to me, that's not bad. I wanted to take a little look at it because I didn't remember him being that whoa, it's identical. But they do Amelie. Man, they do almost everything in this movie. It's it's an okay movie. The best part is there's a dude who does Christopher Walken. That guy is great, and they have a short. I think this has it. Yeah, Walk and Talk. There's a short with him doing it. That's the price of this was worth it for Walk and Talk. It's great, but the Mulholland Drive thing with Walken is super funny. There are good ideas. El Mariachi too. Yeah, Amelie meets El Mariachi. She ends up with his guitar case because he gets hit by a car. And a very obvious, he's about to be hit by a car. Hey, he's hit by a car. And she goes, I did think the girl they got for Amelie was quite cute. So speaking of cute, what Julie Brown? Remember when there was 2 Julie Browns? There was Downtown Julie Brown and Uptown Julie Brown. This be Uptown Julie Brown. If you'll look, Palm hors d'oeuvres, Best Picture, canned foods festival, a little parody of the Cannes logo and awards that this film did not win. This is a more direct, spoof of Pulp Fiction. And in this, we have Tommy Davidson. I remember Tommy Davidson early on from being, of course, in Living Color. But when I looked it up, I'm like, oh, he's not in... He had some impactful episodes of Living Color. Like, he plays Michael Jackson. But he's not in it very much. And I think that's because his career, right before Jim Carrey, his career was taking off. Probably overshadowed by Jim Carrey as well. Paul Dinello is in this from Strangers with Candy, but Tommy Davidson, see, that's more of a person I would pick to do Samuel Jackson. He's, that's a better idea. So if I can pull it off, I'm going to give you a little clip at the end here of Tommy doing Sam.
Okay, tell me about this Tomorrowland. Alright, so Tomorrowland is called Marniano, but everything else in Tomorrowland is in French. No shit. Et Montaigne d'Espace, Space Mountain. La Tour de Trois, that's that Star Wars ride, you know what's it called? Star Tour. Right, you are. And all the characters aren't French, too. You know what they call Goofy? What? Les Chiens les Goofy. You know what they call Mickey? You keep going, Cat. Le Return Royale. Le Return Royale. That's Ruby. Now what about Dumbo? I don't know. I didn't make it over to Fantasyland. But I did see The Little Mermaid. La Petite Saint-Laurent. Had her right out front. Check this out. You know, on the cartoons, the commercials, she's got those 2 shells covering her breast? Right. Nothing. Get out of here. These 2 enormous surf and turf tits just hanging out in Disney daylight. Damn! Yeah, apparently in Europe, seeing a woman's tits is like an everyday thing. So she's just sitting up there waving at the kids. Families huddle around taking her picture. Hair up in the bun. You better believe it.
Breaking my no bad words rule. Sorry a little bit. No clips. But you can see he actually what's really crazy about that. In the middle of it, of course, he starts doing Sammy Davis Jr. instead of it's just something he does. So he's doing Samuel Jackson, doing Sammy Davis Jr., but really he's doing himself doing that. But, okay, that's 2 versions. I mean, at that time, everybody was cashing in on Pulp Fiction, but at least it's nice that you had a reason, because you were specifically making a parody of it. That was announced. It wasn't that you're just ripping it off, trying to make some story with a chronology that's all over the place, and characters when you don't really know how to write anyway, so there's that.